you all again. Thank you for having us here tonight. And we have a good thing tonight. We have a grant check that we've been waiting for, so we're really happy to get that. I know that Dolores puts it to good use. I know you do a lot of things here, and I know it comes in handy, whether it be for this room or whatever you decide to do, but it comes in handy around the holidays, I'm sure, too, if you decide to have a function. So I'm glad to present that to Dolores tonight. And thank you again for having me and the mayor. We're very happy to be here. As you know, it is an election season, so I'm back to take it over again. I did pass out my flyers, and if you have any questions for me, you know you can always reach me at home or leave a message, and I'll definitely call you back. But it's good to see you. You're like another family here, and I'm just really happy to see you all, and I'm glad we could have a nice dinner tonight.
I just want to say a few words on my dear friend, Deborah Fellela. As you know, we work closely, being in politics, whether you're the mayor, whether you're on the council, the rep, we all work together, and it's important that I had her at the State House. And I have to tell you, she was one of the few of the reps that fought to retain the grants, because some people the Republicans wanted to get rid of the grants. The Republicans that served in the State House wanted to get rid of the grants, and it was Deborah Fellela who stood up on the Senate floor and said, these grants are very important, which they are. They go a long way. They help, obviously, not only our seniors, but it helps things like our Boy Scouts and other communities. So one thing about Deb is one heck of a fighter on the floor. She doesn't back down. And she does a lot with our veterans also. She's on the Veterans Committee, Veterans Affairs Committee, and it's important that we return her back to the State House, because there's no one that I know works harder than Deborah Fellela. She really works. We all remember Tip O'Neill said all politics is local. Well, Deb takes that seriously, and all politics is local. She's not. Some people get to the State House and they forget that they think they're just state elected officials, pod and wad, but not Debbie. Debbie knows that she represents Johnson, and that's very, very important. And I have to tell you, since being mayor, I've served with some officials that are no longer there, thank God, that they would forget that I'm in the State House now. I don't need to look at local stuff, but all politics is local. Debbie has helped us with so many issues, and I know that one thing, if I have an issue that has obviously to do with state laws and regulations, I can call Deb, and Deb will obviously, she's right there for us. So it's important that we elect Deb. Just a couple of things I want to bring out, too, is the fact that for the first time in the history of the town, and we're going to make history, I, as mayor, am putting in term limits for the mayor's seat. And how it'll affect me. People say, oh, well, you're not going to be able to run. I will be able to run. It'll take effect not this year, but in 2014. So I'll have, obviously, 2012 to run. And then I'll have a choice of running for just 2 more terms after that, and that's it. But I believe in term limits. I think when we had term limits in Washington, we'd have a better country. We'd have a better country. Because once they get into Washington, they get what I call amnesia, and they forget who they represent. And I just found out the other day that a congressman, all he has to do is 2 terms, 4 years, and he gets a pension, or she gets a pension for the rest of their life. So that's why they fight like it's a heart transplant, like they want to stay in so bad. So if we had term limits, I think, on a national level, we'd be in better shape. So I'm hoping that it's question number 8. There'll be 2 ballots, by the way. The first ballot will be all the elected officials, Deb, myself, Councilwoman Stephanie Nancy, and of course the governor, the congressman and the senator and the president. And then on the back page will be all of the bond issues. And then there'll be a separate sheet, okay, for the local. There's 3 local issues for the town. The first one is question number 8 for term limits. The next one is a question that the town will borrow $4 million to fix our roads. And the third question is number 10, which the town will borrow $1 million for open space. So I'm really looking forward to passing question number 8. So if you could vote approve question number 8, because that'll give term limits. And I've always believed in term limits, by the way. When I was in the General Assembly as a senator, I put in term limits, and then I got my windows broke and thrown down the stairs, because I'm really pushing question number 8. It's on a separate ballot. I think it's a yellow ballot. Okay, so you remember that. But it's important that you support Deb Fellela, because, as I said, no one I know has worked as hard as Deb. Deb has always worked hard. She's always been there for all of us. And as I said, she really means what she says. This is her family. You guys are like her family. So please get out and vote. It's very important to get out and vote. And you know that you can reach her or myself anytime. Does anyone have any quick questions before you start eating? I'll just tell you one more thing, because I was asked about a supermarket. We do have a supermarket coming in with the old school. It's going to be priceless. Now, I know you've been hearing about the old school, I'll tell you quickly what happened, why it's so warm. Because I guess they were going back and forth, negotiating how much they paid for square footage. They signed an agreement, and then, Price Right wanted them to knock down the other buildings. If you look at the buildings, Price Right's going to the building on the right, the old Stewart, and the one on the left is the old Stop and Shop. Elmax, I'm sorry, Elmax. So, he wanted to knock that down, he said no, because he's got that rented. So there's gonna be a bank, I believe 2 restaurants, and of course, a Price Right, so they should be stopped. Bank RI is moving from that little dingy place in the corner there, they're moving over to a...
Can you put the Chinese restaurant there, the one that's inside that was next to the buffet?
It's not up to me, it's up to the guys. What's that? The market's going to start. They want to understand. Once they start construction, they want it done in 120 days. So he wanted to get it done by Christmas, but he doesn't think he can get it done by then. So it is happening. So I know he's got 2 restaurants coming in. I don't know which ones. I didn't want to ask him because if I know, and his wife knows, and he knows, and if it's out there, he's not going to blame his wife. He's going to blame me. So I really don't want to know. But we definitely have, like I said, Price Right is coming. Here's what's happening with BJ's. A friend of mine wanted to rent BJ's out to put an indoor sports arena, but they wanted $50,000 a month because that's what they were shaking BJ's on, the old BJ's. So my friend said no, so they're going to knock the building down because there's all mold inside. And of course, they're pretty cheap, those guys. What really upset me about those guys is we asked them for the air conditioners units to put them in the high school, and they said no, they stole all the air conditioners. So they're not really talking about the citizens of my place. But anyway, they're going to knock that building down, and they're going to McDonald's, he wants too much money. He wants like...
He's the same guy?
No, it's a different guy. See, the problem is these people, they don't have the building rented, but they're asking like phenomenal money. Well, you know what's happening? Like, I think with BJ's, I don't know, but I think they use it for a write-off. So if he was getting $50,000 a month from the original BJ's, he's probably writing that off every month. And now he's going to knock the building down. I don't know. He's going to try and market it, I guess, because he's worth too much money. The Guerrero family owns it, and they own the foundry, which is in profit. So they don't have a problem.
But it's where in town?
Yes. Well, Tony Thomas is the son-in-law. He's the managing partner. I know Tony too. Tony's one of the refugees the air conditioning. Now they stole them all. No. As a matter of fact, she asked if the rumors are right about the courthouse closing because of mold. No. We closed it for 60 days because we had to finish the construction, and the noise and stuff would have obviously interfered with the girls upstairs, so I moved the girls temporarily. Now, the recreation department burned down.
Oh, yeah, what happened there?
So, there was an electrical fire. So now, always thinking, and I kind of refer myself to Panasonic. Remember the Panasonic that turned slightly ahead of your time? Well, I always said we had to have offices, and we built offices downstairs. So we're moving the rec department office staff up here for it's going to be about 6 months because the whole building's towed. So that's been deemed inhabitable by our building.
Went around. They said the water was coming from here.
No, there's no water.
Into the library.
No, not at all. There's no flooding at all. We fixed the flooding problem there, so that's just not true.